Right then, we're live from Singapore.
Hello.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning here, as you can see. Well, you can't really see. That's the outside. Outside there's Marina Bay Sands.
This is what night looks like outside.
It is. It's very dark. Anyway, we're here to chat to you. We're not going to be shouting, so let us know if you can see us. Let us know if you can hear us. I did just do a check of the fast.com, and we should have 77 Mbps's, so you should be hearing us well. But let us know. So let me just scroll down to see if you can. So let's see if anyone's. So give us a thumbs up if you can hear us, then that'd be great. Loud and clear. Brilliant. Emma's here. Got so many people here. So that's lovely. So we've just made a little coffee in our little coffee machine. We're staying at the Pan Pacific Hotel in Singapore, which we'll go into more detail in a minute, which has proven to be a fantastic option, hasn't it, Pauline?
It's a great choice.
It is a great choice. So if you've got any questions about our 35-day trip that we're starting obviously in Singapore, about the hotel that we're staying here, what we've been up to so far, and what we're doing in the future, which is a Holland America cruise and a Costa cruise, then let us know. Anything to add, Pauline?
No, I'm still asleep.
He's still asleep. Oh.
I don't usually get a word in edgeways on these lives. I mean, everybody would know that who watches. So nothing will change tonight.
Well, I've been really struggling with sleep since we got here. We had a fantastic flight with BA. We lucked out. We had a whole row to ourselves, didn't we, Paulie? Which was brilliant. And last night, I just didn't sleep whatsoever. He snored all the way through the night. Anyway.
Do you know, I thought lucked out meant that you had bad luck. And it was until very recently somebody said, no, lucked out means you've had luck. Yeah. Well, I thought lucked out means like you're out of luck, mate. But
no.
See, like, so what silly Billy? I mean, all my 40 years on this planet.
40?
All my 50.
60. Soon to be 61.
Shush.
Not soon, actually. But obviously this year. Oh, a bit delirious. Anyway, so let's see who's here. So Nick and Tracy are the first in the house today. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes. Welcome to Paul and Carole Singapore Live. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Yes, that's very, very helpful. So thank you so much.
Did you just do a line from the Truman Show then?
What, like, subscribe, and share?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm sure that's from the Truman Show.
I have no idea.
Do you know what the Truman Show is?
Was it a chat show? No, I don't. Obviously, then.
See, look what I got put up with.
What is it?
It's a film with Jim Carrey.
Oh, no. I'm sure you'll enlighten me after the live.
No, I won't.
Anyway, so Kevin's here, Kevin in Calgary, which I think you'll know, like, we're 8 hours in front of the UK, so you must be like about 13 hours, no more than that, behind us. Let's know what time it is in Calgary, because I bet that's about...
In Calgary, the time difference is that big.
15.
It's only Monday afternoon in Calgary.
No, because it's Friday morning here, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I've got no idea.
So, Kevin said, if you've got a question for us, yes, if you've got a question for us, please put the question so that we can pick it out amongst all the chat. Gillian's here saying she's looking forward to our live, so we are too. And Heather's here saying, hi everyone, what a treat this is, and how early for PNC, 3 a.m. That's really getting up early to see the sunrise. I seen that yesterday.
Well, the irony is Singapore is not renowned for its sunrise because it's always pretty hazy fantasia over Singapore. So it doesn't seem to sort of burn through until about 10 o'clock.
Yeah. All our previous times we've been to Singapore, it's either been very wet or very cloudy, and it's the same this time. However, yesterday the sun did come out. And talking about getting up early to see the sunrise, yesterday, behind us, we can't really show you, is obviously Marina Bay Sands, and the cruise terminal in Singapore is just behind that. And yesterday I watched the Anthem of the Seas come in, which was really bizarre because that ship's... We're used to seeing it in Southampton, aren't we? It's currently doing 5-day cruises from obviously Singapore to Penang and Phuket, and the Norwegian Spirit, which I believe is Emma's favourite ship, isn't it? That she cruised on many years ago. I think I've got the right ship. Anyway, which is doing a 12-day cruise all the way, similar itinerary to us, through Thailand, Vietnam, but it's actually going from Hong Kong, then to Taiwan, which is some place that we'd like to go to, isn't it? So yeah, so our view out here is just absolutely fantastic, which I'm sure you've seen if you've been following us on our Facebook and Instagram. And if you aren't, please do, because we obviously share all our daily posts there.
We do.
Right, let's see if we've got, who else we've got. Rose is here. So Rose, lovely to see you.
Morning, Rose. Evening, Rose, depending on where you are. It's only us saying morning. There's nobody else. Not
Would it
morning
be
for
evening?
anybody.
Rose is in London way, isn't she? Do you remember, Paulie? No. He's terrible, isn't he, Rose?
I don't know who.
Chatting to you at the meetup, and we know that.
Mate, I know that, but I don't even know who I am. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
True, true.
I don't even know who you are. I'm just wondering what I'm doing here.
So, Peter's here saying, hi, Paul and Carole, watching from on board Queen Victoria in Port Elisa, Brazil. Oh, wow.
Oh, what time is it in Brazil, honey? Is that where the nuts come from?
Brazil nuts, we're like a Brazil nut. Anne's just asking, oh, brilliant. Hi, everyone. At 3 a.m. live is very impressive. Paul, you need a tiger beer in preparation for the football. Now, I think tiger beer is going to come up in this live today. Do you know why?
No.
Right. Last night when I was wide awake, our lovely members were keeping me company on Discord, and we were chatting about different stuff. And I told the story.
Well, that wasn't even in Singapore.
No, I know it wasn't. It doesn't matter. We were talking about tiger beer because I was showing them the contents of the mini fridge.
Oh, okay.
So you remember the story?
I do remember the story. Carole drugged me, and when we were away
in Bangkok.
No, we were in Bangkok. I drank too much tiger beer because there was a special offer on, and it was big pitchers of tiger beer, and it was lovely. And then we went to bed that night, and I got up for a wee. And I walked through what I thought was the bathroom door, and then that bathroom door closed behind me, and then I realised I was in the hallway of the hotel. Naked as a jaybird, with no key, still needing a wee. And
because I was fast asleep.
I started banging on the door to the response that no man wants to hear when he's naked in a hallway. Paul, there's somebody at the door. And I'm like, yeah, she didn't even notice the fact that I wasn't led in the bed next to her. And she shouted for me to go and answer the door, which I couldn't answer the door because I was already the other side of the door.
But anyway, soon I woke up thinking, what's going on? I looked and he was there. I thought, that's weird. And then I heard all this banging anyway. I opened the door and he just ran past me to the bathroom.
Because I still needed a wee. I was in that desperate need of a wee. I was more concerned about having a wee than getting back in to the hotel room or the fact that I was naked. It was getting to the point now, it's going to be now or never. And I started looking around for what was hoping, like a giant plant plot or something. And I'd have had to gone into kitty cat mode.
Mode. So anyway, so thanks for bringing that up, Anne. That's funny.
You brought it up.
Anne, I said Anne did.
Oh, well, thanks, Anne.
So Rose. Corinne's here. Corinne said as well, I agree, Paul definitely needs a tiger beer. See, we were talking about you and you didn't even know.
I thought my ears were burning.
Corinne's just saying, hope you're not offended if I have the live on one screen and the European Skating Championships on the other. Not at all. Watch your way. So let's see if we've got any questions here. Andy Calder saying, hi all. When I woke up this morning, I wasn't expecting a live tonight. How lovely is this? And while Paul has his tiger beer, I will indulge in a glass of wine. This
is my tiger beer.
There is one in the fridge, but you'll have to pay for it. We've got soft drinks in our room. Let's go down now. We'll talk a bit more about the hotel in a moment. Everyone's saying hello to each other, which it is. And Corinne said we're like the Waltons. Oh. So Nick and Trace are asking, how tired are you? It's great to have a live while you're away.
I'm very tired. I slept the first night. I must admit, I probably slept on the plane for about 2 hours. And then we got here just in time for the cocktail 2 hours. And then we turned in. And I went to sleep about midnight, slept all the way through till 7. Carole didn't hardly sleep at all. So we're now at cross purposes. And then Carole hit the wall yesterday, so she had to have a nap. And because she was having a nap, I thought I'd have a nap. And then we got back to bed at...
But 11?
11, 11:30. It was a bit later than that, I thought. It was gone midnight.
Was it?
Yeah. So in all fairness, we have had 2.5 hours sleep, so there's no complaints.
Yeah. And I will be going straight back to sleep after this, and Paul will be watching the football. Tottenham's on. So that's why it was easy to get him out of bed.
I wouldn't be watching anything. I wouldn't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch any other rubbish team, only my rubbish team.
Well, they are really rubbish at the moment, aren't terrible. They? So Corinne said she's just eaten a Goan prawn curry and veg-filled dal, all homemade. Oh, very nice. So Andy and Carrie are asking, what did you like best from your first full day in Singapore, and what are the plans for tomorrow?
Well, I don't know if we're allowed to spoil the surprise. If you've been putting stuff out, you know, people need to read it, don't they?
What are you on about?
Nothing, I'm joking. We've done today, yesterday, we did the hop-on, hop-off bus, which was very expensive, 36
I don't think it's that expensive, Paulie. He's getting tight as he's getting older, aren't you?
36 English pounds. And
for 1 day pass, but Dan and Tony the day before got a 2-day pass, which was literally only about sort of a little bit more expensive, wasn't it? So if you are going to get a hop on bus, if we were going to use it for 2 days, I would have bought a 2-day one, obviously, but we didn't think we would, did we?
Have you finished?
Yes.
So the fact that somebody else got a better value on for 2 days has got no bearing on my story whatsoever. So I thought £36 each was quite expensive, but it is a great way of seeing the city. And we went to the gardens by the bay, and for the first time we've probably been to Singapore 5 or 6 times before, and for the first time ever, we did the Skyway, which is where the super trees are at Marina Bay, at the gardens of the bay, and they're 22 meters above the ground. But I must admit,
the walkway is
the Skyway is Skyway. But it looks a lot higher, and I have to say, I didn't think Carole would do any of it. I thought we were going to have to get, you know, like a fireman's pole up to get her down or whatever. But you were a brave little soldier.
I was a bit wobbly to start because it is quite high, and it was a lovely breeze up there because Singapore is very humid and we're very sweaty, isn't it? So about 29, 30 degrees. It's lovely to be in the heat, so I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, Gardens by the Bay are just iconic and fabulous to see.
Yeah.
They have a light show at night, which we were going to go down to see last night, but actually we got chatting and before we knew it was a bit too late to walk down. But we're staying at the Pan Pacific in Raffles Boulevard, which is we've got a club room, and let us know in the comments actually whether you book club rooms or not, because we've been educated about club rooms since we've been traveling to expensive cities, because Singapore is very expensive. There's no doubt about it. You can get cheaper places to get food in, like the hawker places, but overall it is an expensive place. Yeah. And obviously at the hotel here, which is Pan Pacific, is in a prime position, and we paid, which is a lot of money, £330 per night. I know. We paid more than that in Boston, didn't we?
You said it was 85 quid a night.
Well, I always say that. Anyway,
you said it's cheap. You said it's cheaper than the Travelodge.
No, I didn't. Anyway, so when you buy a club room, what happens is we could have got a standard room for £240, so £100 difference. But with that, you get no breakfast, you get nothing else included. You just get room only. With a club room, you get access to you get a full breakfast served between 7 and 10 in the morning, 10:30, isn't it? Actually, it's quite late and nice. But you also get sort of like a VIP service, and you get afternoon tea included, and you also get evening cocktails and canapes, and the food's actually really superb.
Well, it's not canapes, don't begin to describe it. It's like a full-on
buffet,
but cooked hot and cold buffet. Unlimited drinks for 2 hours, and when we say unlimited, it's unlimited, but it's not just you can have like a small glass of sherry. They've got Tattinger, champagne, a list of about 7 or 8 different cocktails. You've been on the Singapore Sling, yeah, I've been Singapore Slinging a few different beers. So yeah, it's so
something to consider if you're going to a country that's expensive to eat out or drink out. Is to get a club room, and we think it's well worth it because of what it's included. And we've worked out, if we'd been out and eaten and drink what we've ate at the hotel, it would have been far more than that. So
a Singapore Sling at Raffles is £25 a shot. So even if you've never had a drink before in your life, you're going to get 2 or 3 of them down you in the 2-hour period with all the lovely food. So if you don't drink or you're not worried about having some lovely hot food, then it's of no advantage to you. But us, we like a couple of hours, and what it sort of sets you up for the rest. We haven't yesterday. We didn't buy a single bit of food from anywhere.
No, and some people will be thinking, "Oh, you're in Singapore. Why don't you trying local food. The hotel's got local food. In fact, last night, Dan and I, well, actually the first night, Dan and I helped make this special, it's Chinese New Year. We helped make this special sort of noodle salad, didn't we? And we ate that. So we've been trying all the Singaporean food that's actually in the hotel. But what we did try and what we found is they've got orange juice machines. Oh my God, for $2 Singapore dollars. So from a pound.
This is when you know that somebody's easily pleased. Carole just said they got orange juice machines, which they are fabulous, but it's a machine that gives you orange juice. It's not like, you don't go in there and it transports you to Mars. It's a machine that's got oranges inside. You press a button, it squeezes the oranges, and you get orange juice out the bottom. It's not revolutionary, really,
but it's just so delicious. And £1.
I know you never call me Paul. I'm very concerned now. Get your cold hands off me, Christ Almighty! I nearly swore then. That was like seriously.
So £1 English pounds is 1.6 Singaporean dollar.
Get away from me.
Anyway, so we digress. But anyway, so that's club rooms, and we've loved it here. It's been, in fact, every time we go out, they come in and tidy up, don't they? It's like,
keep your hands away from me. Keep them where I can see them.
Right. So let's see. Jim and Dwayne are here. So hello, guys. Are you half asleep or bright as buttons? Looks fab so far. We're all right. We're doing all right.
I was 98% asleep until Carole put her cold hands on me.
Catherine's just asking, regarding a cruise from Singapore and adding a stay, would you recommend before or after if you can't do both? I always think after a cruise for us, because cruises can be really, really busy, and it's nice to get off and chill and have like a 3-night stay. Obviously, when we get to Hong Kong on our first cruise of this trip, we will be staying in Hong Kong for 4 nights. So we'll be hopefully doing a live from there too. And hopefully, depends on Holland America's Wi-Fi. We've got the top streaming package that was included in our Have It All on Nordam. We're hoping that we'll be able to stream live from the ship, but you don't know. We'll let you know.
I always like, if we're flying in for a cruise, we always like to get there the day before, purely from logistical, if there's any delays, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Because Carole is the biggest panicker on the planet of Earth. And if there's any logistical, don't you huffy puffy there, I can hear you.
No, I was agreeing with you. So I'll touch you with my icy hands.
You'll be wearing that coffee if you do. So we like to get in a day early because it just means Carole won't panic as much. Yeah. But yes, both would be nice, but after, because yes, cruises can be full on.
Well, and I always think just getting off a cruise ship and go straight to the airport, I find quite depressing. It's bad enough when flying home isn't after a great trip. So I think sometimes you just have that chill time to go and just sit and watch the world go by and just chill out before you've got a long flight. Because long haul, the older we get in, what you're doing.
I'm going to do a big reveal now. If I said to you now, because I thought I'd better interrupt because you're talking quite a lot. I don't know if you realise that. Look at this amazing bag that they gave us, and they said at the Pan Pacific, they said, we've got a gift for you, Mr. and Mrs. Morgan. And he gave it to Carole, and Carole looks in there, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. What's it going to be? Is it going to be money? Is it going to be a bar of gold? No. It's an orange.
2 mandarins. And some lovely envelopes, some lovely note things which are beautiful, and we've got chocolates.
But that wasn't. Yeah, but the thing is, like, you're overselling now because the chocolates weren't in that bag.
They were by the side of it.
They delivered the chocolates.
And they delivered the bag.
The bag was already in here when we got here. I'll tell you something. If you ever want a good story ruined, speak to old cold hands here.
Anyway, let's see what else is here. So, Jim and Dwayne, we done. Oh, Kevin B's here. Yo, yo, yo. And Ni Hao. Yes, Ni Hao Ma.
Ni Hao Ma.
How's the foot holding up? Oh, thanks for asking, Kevin. I've got a plantar plate tear on my right foot. My chiropractor thinks is the problem. I've got quite a painful right foot. And I've bought some extra wide trainers for this trip. And actually, they're really helping, aren't they? I've taken some painkillers. So we've been out walking and it hasn't been too troublesome yet. So I'm hoping that it's...
And I'm confused by all this because we haven't even got a chiropractor.
Did I say chiropractor?
Yeah.
Chiropodist. No, Laura's our chiropractor. She's a
I thought she was an osteomyologist.
She's a timpani. She's in Timony. Is it Timony chiropractor? Anyway, we've got a woman that we go and visit every 8 weeks.
What's a Timony?
Timony is a type of chiropractor.
That's that song from Mary Poppins, isn't it?
Jim Timony, Jim Timony. All we need is a chimney sweep. But she straightens us up because we've got pelvises that tip. Anyway, you don't need to know.
Somebody at the door, mate. Do you want this a chimney sweep?
I hope it's not being too loud. Anyway, we digress. But thank you for asking, Kevin. That's very, very kind. Jeff's here. Ahoy from Nashville.
Ahoy.
Oh, so you must be, what are you doing in Nashville then? Because you're from...
He's gone to
Ohio.
He's gone to a country music festival. Didn't you?
Has he?
No, you want to read our... if you read Patreon, you'd know that. You put it on there.
He's winding me up. Anyway, let's know what you're up to, Jeff. Aren't we? Barbara's here, so aren't we lucky as I was expecting a live so early in the PNC trip? Thank you so much. Tony G here. Hello, Singapore, Florida calling. We award Paul and Carole 2 points. It's like the Eurovision, Paulie.
That's not many points, is it? That's 2, isn't it?
2 points. Is that all?
I think so. Yeah.
Out of 12 normally, isn't it?
I mean, in all fairness, we'd still be the best act for a long time in UK history with Du Sport. And
Emma Cruz is here, so obviously Emma. So for those of you that I'm sure you know, because Emma's... I don't know anyone that doesn't follow Emma, but they've just announced the Cruise Globe, which is a fantastic website for tracking all your cruises. So go on our website. We've done a full post about it. Go on Emma's and just find out about it. We were lucky to be part of sort of testing it before it went live yesterday, and it's absolutely phenomenal. And it's just going to... At the moment, you can track all your cruises on obviously a globe on the website, but there's more features coming soon. So get in there now because there was 10,000 people on the waiting list, and they're just working through all that. But if you don't know about it, then go and find out about it. And I'd say go to our website and you'll see a new post on there. So love to see you, Emma, and then Kathy's here. So see Kathy.
Evening, Kathy.
So Tina's here, and Rock Dot Keith. Even though I wonder if either of them gets through this without nodding off. Oh, Angela's here too. Looking forward to live from Singapore. Hope we manage to stay awake to the end. I'm sure we will. Mike and Carrie, wake up, sleepyheads. Time for your live. Everybody hit the thumbs up for the dedication of Paul and Carole.
Most definitely. I want to see 7,000 thumbs up. I know we're only getting a few hundred people watching.
Let's taking bets on who snores loudest. Oh, Jerry Capstick's here. No. On the plane, actually. We were spread out, obviously, on our 4 seats, which was lovely. And Paul sort of went over, so his head was down. And all of a sudden, he obviously was having difficulty breathing, which I was just watching him. I didn't really have... I can't help it, mate.
Don't, honestly.
Sorry, I'm not... You should have put some trousers on. Anyway, he made this almighty... really loud, didn't you? And you sort of woke up. It was quite... Anyway, so it's very funny. Morris is here. Even in everyone...
Is that one of them stories? It was funnier if you were there.
It's funny enough. I was there. So let's see. Kathy's been out buying new cases for my holiday in 20 days, 4 weeks in South America with 1 suitcase. Do you know the best thing that we've done is because we've come to a hot country, and obviously you change your clothes. Well, we change our clothes every day anyway, but you sometimes changing your clothes twice a day when you're in Asia, is we've booked the laundry package on Holiday America, which for the 15 nights we were on board, it was only £149, wasn't it, for the 2 of us? So we bought about 9 days worth of clothes.
We haven't. All we've bought is dirty clothes. I want to get value for money. So we just emptied the wash basket or hamper or whatever you call it. What do you call it where you put your dirty clothes? That's a good question.
Hamper? Yeah. Hamper's where you take food.
Well, I think you'll find that some of our American friends in this chat will agree that they put their dirty clothes in a hamper, it's called.
We call it a wash basket.
Do you know,
laundry basket.
Do you know I said that at the start of me waffling on?
Anyway.
Just goes to prove how much she listens to me.
So
she
top
doesn't.
tip, I'm going to keep my hands up. Top tip is look at how much a laundry package is, because often you'll be surprised. It's not as expensive as you think. So let's see. Gayton and Sheila's here. We can't believe you're doing this at this time.
Can't either. We're only going to do 24 minutes, so we agreed, didn't we?
No. So Rebecca saying hello from sunny NC, so North Carolina. And Amanda's here, officially sat down in front of the TV. Amanda's having her kitchen done, so she's been busy doing that. So let's have a look. Amanda's saying, will you be visiting Gardens by the Bay? So we so want to go there. Really looking forward to seeing your vlogs. We've been, so just check out our Facebook and Instagram posts, and you'll find them there.
Well, I'm going to say, I didn't preempt Mandy's question because she asked that at a minute too, but I did say, but we are probably going to go back there tonight to see the light show, because they have a light show every night, 2 or 3 times a night, so we want to go and see that. We have seen it in the past, but Dan and Tony, our trusty travel agents who are here with us,
yeah,
why are you saying that? No, they're not here.
Hopefully they're having a good sleep.
Yeah. They haven't been before, so we're a little bit sort of showing them the sights.
Yes, yeah, and hopefully we're going to get to Raffles, aren't we? We're going to have a walk, because Raffles is only not far walk from here. Last night we walked to Clark Quay from here, and it was a long way when it was about half an hour walk. And then another bit of useful information is in Singapore, Uber doesn't work. It's an app called Grab, Grab, which we've got on our phone, and it cost us to get back from Clark Quay about half an hour walk. It cost us, Dan did it on his phone, didn't he? And it cost us, I think, was it 20 Singaporean dollars, for about 12, 13 pounds between 4 of us. So cheapest chips. Claire's here, so lovely Claire.
Evening, Claire.
And then everyone's saying they can hear and see us fine, so that's good. Renee Pierce saying hi, g'day, and Steve P's here too. Oh, Andy and Kirsty here. You won't get that jet lag sitting up all night. That's a good point. Andy and Kirsty on a cruise, when our second cruise, which is the Costa cruise, and we're in Abu Dhabi at the same time, so we're planning to get together. So we can't wait to see you guys.
Well, I hope that wasn't a secret, because you've just told everybody now.
Oh, apologies. I was excited. Tina saying congratulations on doing the high walk. Yeah, thank you so much. I was really proud. Yeah. Janine says men sleep well traveling.
I don't.
To be honest, Janine, I sleep better on the plane than Paul does. Paul doesn't tend to. I had about 4 hours in the flight's 13 hours from London Heathrow through to Singapore. So, and we were a bit worried about BA because we'd had a bad experience with BA quite a few years ago and not gone back to them because of that. And this is our first long haul with them. I must say they were excellent, and the service was absolutely superb, wasn't it? It was
really good.
Spencer's just saying, yeah, caught alive. Good evening, lovely people. I was in Singapore last year. I do love it. It's a fantastic place. And Bon is here. Hello, everyone. Carole, absolutely love the picture of the garden you went to. You were very brave. Thank you so much. Right. Question. Let's see. Tony's saying, is it me, or does Paul look like Richard Chamberlain as Shogun, the Japanese warrior?
Well, Carole can't remember anything that was on the television before last week, but I remember Shogun, and I also remember what a very handsome man Richard Chamberlain was in that programme, so I think that you could well be right.
Is that right?
Did you ever watch any?
No. No. Davina's here, so hi Davina, and Susan's here, so lovely to see you. Desi Michelle saying, enjoying the pictures we posted, so thank you so much. Reese is asking, what time zone is your body and how was the flight? Hopefully we just answered that question about the flight, and actually I think once this is finished I should be going back to sleep, hopefully if I can get back to sleep, and Paul will be watching the football for an hour or so then we'll get some more sleep and get up for breakfast.
Well, Carole, because that'd be an hour and 3/4 of me shouting in disgust,
swearing. Christy's here saying, good job on the bridge, Carole. Thank you so much.
Evening, Christy.
So Laura's here as well, just asking about jet lag. So hopefully we'll get there. We know what it's like. It takes us sometimes 2 or 3 days to get right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's why it was nice to come here for a few days. So whenever you're not straight into the cruise and busy with excursions, so it gives you that time. So a pre-cruise stay does have pros and cons as well as a post, isn't it? We like to do both. If you can afford to do both, go do both. Richard's saying, what have you done to your eye?
Carole hit me in the face with a frying pan before we left. because I didn't make her breakfast quick enough. She can be quite a stern mistress at time. I don't know what I get, like a funny ear and
on your nose.
My face just goes all dry and stuff, and I try and put cream on, and I get dry skin there and everything. I think I need them. So it's gone from somebody saying I look handsome like Richard Chamberlain to
Exactly.
I've been hit in the face with a frying pan.
Exactly. Emma saying, Truman, good morning. Oh, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, good night. So Emma knows it. See, I don't know it. Wow.
I go back to what I said earlier about Carole not knowing anything. It's basically Jim Carrey plays Truman, and he's living, and he doesn't know it. He's living inside a film, basically.
Oh.
And there's hidden cameras everywhere, but everybody else in the Truman Show is actors who knows what's going on, apart from Truman. And it goes through his day-to-day life. And, of course, his day-to-day life is made up by the director of the Truman Show. So things happen. And then sort of halfway through, he starts to realise that things aren't what they seem to be.
Okay.
And then he tries to escape from the Truman Show. It's got Ed Harris as the director, who was famously in The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I do. He was the one that got him shot on the end, wasn't he?
Stand down, Sergeant.
Exactly. Andy and Christine Cotswold Copper saying, hello, great picture. You could just be next door.
Oh, lovely.
Kevin B says it's 2 p.m. in New York City at the moment. Yes, so you're like 13 hours, isn't it? Difference. Right, Angela H is asking, what are you looking forward to doing first on Nordam?
Well, Dan's managed to access a bit of entertainment. And the first night in the Rolling Stone Lounge, first show is Rock Night.
Well, Dan knows how to use the app, and we know you to use the app, but you don't tend to look at it, do you?
I haven't even tried to use it. I like to do this part of the holiday first, but it was good. He said, yes, it's Rock Legends, the first show. So quite excited about that.
I'm looking forward to the food, because Holland America food is amazing. It has been on all our trips. Yeah. And we've discovered that one of our favourite places on this class of ship it's not called the Crow's Nest, is it? It's like a crow's nest. It's a lounge right at the front of the ship. That is not just it's like a coffee shop come bar, but it's also got excursions there. It's like a games room, and it's a quiet area where you can just sit and chat and just watch the world go by. So I think that'll be one of the first bar that we'll head to and suss that out, because the older we're getting, we want to find a quiet bar without music. I mean, you want to listen to the rock music, but when you want to sit and chat, sometimes on cruise ships, it's really hard to find somewhere quiet. And we found that on Celebrity Eclipse, which I've managed, talking about Celebrity Eclipse, I've managed to edit 4 videos before we came away, only short ones, cabin tours and hotel reviews and stuff. So they'll be coming on our channel, and then the Celebrity Eclipse vlog series will be starting as soon as we get home. So I'm looking forward to editing that. But yeah, Celebrity Eclipse, it was hard to find something, wasn't it? But Holland America do this well, and it's lovely that you can find somewhere quiet. Sherry's just asking, what Hull and Gloucester ships are you on, and is there time on shore between each?
We are on the Nordam.
Nordam?
We're on the Nordam, which is just under 2,000 passengers, and it's a Vista class ship.
It is right.
And we're on the Costa Smeralda. Yeah. Not the Esmeralda, the Smeralda. Now I'm going to call it Esmeralda because I know it always winds up the cruise boys. So we're on the Costa Esmeralda. And scarily, that's about 6,500 people. So it's properly from one extreme to the other. And we have got in between. So weirdly, the Holland America cruise, which is the one we're going on Saturday, we had a change of itinerary, and they give us an extra day.
Yeah,
we've never had a day. So it's gone from 14 days to 15 days.
Yeah,
and then we've got 2 nights in Singapore with Dan and Tony, and then they fly home, and then we've got another 2 nights in Hong Kong on our own, and then we fly to Dubai. I think we got a couple of days in Dubai before we pick the cruise up there, and that's a 7-day cruise or 8-day or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
but yeah, so properly different things.
Very diverse cruises. So we can't wait to share them with you. Emma saying, yes, go Spirit, go, my baby. Yeah, that's a nice. We were commenting because it was sat next to Anthem. We thought that's a nice size ship. It's about 2,000, isn't it? So that would be a ship that we would enjoy. Deborah's here in California. It's Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Have a wonderful trip. So they're like, so that's even wackier, isn't it? So that's like, I can't count. More.
Seeing Carole trying to schedule this live, oh my God, it was just like the most painful thing I've ever had to witness.
Well,
and even when I'm telling her, she's got her fingers out, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 47, 53. She nearly scheduled it for last week.
I wanted my computer to stay on English time, so I went into the settings and thought manually put time in. Of course, as soon as you hit Wi-Fi, it just diverts to Singapore time. So that was my plan out the window. But anyway, we're here. We've got the right time right, so that's good. Craig's here. So love to see Craig and Grace. So a little damage tonight. She's enjoying your life. Oh, that's great. Craig saying you don't look like you've been on an all-night bender. We were rock and roll last night, Mike. We went to Clark Quay, which is a lovely area just to walk around, and lots of bars and restaurants. But as I said, it's so expensive. If you want a cocktail, you're looking at like 25 Singaporean dollars, so nearly sort of 16, 17 quid. We found a bar called Helen's Bar where Paul and Tony had a beer each. Dan and I, because they didn't have any decent wine or soft drinks, we had a bottle of water each, just a little small bottle of water. So we were really enamoured by that. And it was £19 for two, and they weren't big beers, were they?
But no, it was pints.
They didn't look that big.
Yeah, it was pints. It was 2 pints. It was only Carlsberg, but
so that was our nice, one drink we had. Well, after the cocktail, we had a few before we left. Natalie Green's in the house. Love to see you, Nat. Simon Bignor is asking, hi guys, we're going on QM2 March the 1st. What's your opinion of the ship? We really like Queen Mary. Go and check out our vlog series. We've got a transatlantic, and we've also got, I believe, a shorter vlog series. Cunard are fabulous, we think. So go and check those out. But anything you want to say about Cunard?
I'm going to be controversial now. QM2 is probably my favourite Cunard ship.
Is it?
Yes. And let me tell you why. It's got some fantastic areas, but I've said this before and I'll say it again. It has got, without a shadow of a doubt, the best nightclub on any cruise ship that's ever been manufactured. It's fabulous. You got to get yourself to G32. It's a 2-story nightclub that plays live music and there's a disco. So they do a live set disco, and it is blooming brilliant.
Emma's just been editing her video about QM2. She had quite a rocky transatlantic, so make sure you keep an eye out for that too. But yeah, it's a great ship. It is a great ship. Because I know
how wild Emma is. I'll bet you she was in G32 every night till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Definitely.
Ripping it up.
Right. Laura's just asking, Paul and Carole, what's the thing, location, experience each of you look forward to most on this trip?
I know it sounds like a weird thing because there's a lot of new ports for us, but we've been to Cambodia, we've been to Vietnam. We're doing 2 ports in Thailand, both of which we've been to before. But the first place we're going to, which is Naton in Koh Samui, we're actually meeting some friends who live in Koh Samui, so we're meeting them. So that's going to be great because we haven't seen them for almost a year now. And Mark's a Spurs fan as well, so we can sort of sit in the corner and cry together about the crisis. And I know it sounds weird, but we're going to Hong Kong after the cruise finishes, and I'm really looking forward to We've never been to Hong Kong before, but yeah, lots of new ports. We've booked a fair few excursions, so we're getting off and seeing things we've never seen before.
I agree with Paul. Hong Kong is going to be a big highlight for me. I've always wanted to get to the north of Vietnam and to Halong Bay, so I'm looking forward to that. And also the Middle East, where we're traveling with friends, Tom and Helen, who live there, so we feel very privileged that we'll be able to go there and then be in good hands and explore that part of the world too.
And obviously I'm looking forward to that dog that by day is a normal janitor and then by night he fights crime.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's in Hong Kong, isn't he?
Hong Kong Fooey. Oh yes, he comes out of the drawer, doesn't he?
Could be.
Well, I'm just thinking I don't understand these questions. Tony's saying, is Carole Nanki Poo from which operetta? Does that mean anything to you?
No.
No.
I'm not big on them. I don't know much about operettas. I suppose it's going to be Gilbert and Sullivan, not Gilbert O'Sullivan.
Don't know. I've got pop trivia here. Can you name a Hazy Fantasy song from Nick and Tracy?
Yeah, John Wayne, Big Leggy was a Hazy Fantasy thing.
Craig's just asking, what's the furthest inland you've been able to get to on a non-riverboat cruise? Oh, what's the furthest inland you've been able to get to on a Quebec. We got all the way to Quebec, which is down a river.
Yeah, that's very inland. And we've been on a ship that was by Tower Bridge, but it was only for a visit.
At the Thames.
And also, back in the day, they used to allow cruise ships of a certain size to dock actually right in Amsterdam, not in Imogen.
Yeah.
But I think they've stopped doing that now because they're trying to really cut back on people going to Amsterdam.
Rotterdam is a long...
Oh, Rotterdam is as well. That's miles, yeah.
It is. That's a really good way inland, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think elsewhere.
That's quite a fair bit.
It is.
And obviously where we live in Gloucester is at the end of a canal river, so...
Warren's here from sunny San Antonio.
Evening, Warren.
Charlotte's asking, are you both excited for MSC World Asia? Not really. No.
We're not excited
I'd like to try
about
one of those class of ships, and I'd like to do yacht club.
I'm sorry, Charlotte, but we're not excited about anything with MSC, especially me, because I'm grumpy old Paul. But it's, to me, obviously,
we're going on Costa.
We're going on Costa, which is the poor man's MSC, apparently.
Well,
but it'd be interesting to see, because of where it's going from, will it have a different feel to it from a normal Costa stroke MSC cruise from Europe?
Italian cruise.
So will it be different? I don't know, but I would do MSC again. But like Carole said, I would only do it if we were in yacht club, because it just seems to be
too busy for us. Too many people.
They just pack too many people in.
We say going on a Costa ship that's got 6,000 people.
Yeah, but that was one of them ones that just fell in. We were going to Dubai. It just fell into place. It's one of them things. Well, and like we said on our live last week or the week before, if we'd have just wanted an inside cabin without the drinks package, it was £465 a person. If we didn't want 67, I do apologise. So, but even with a balcony cabin and the full drinks package, it's 800 quid a piece, because obviously we're in Dubai. So so let's see. I'm not being flippant saying 800 quid. 800 quid is 800 quid, but I'm not being flippant. It's not like paying £8,000 a piece. And if it's rubbish, you can just laugh it off, which I think what we'll do. If it's rubbish, we'll have a good laugh. I think it's going to be, there's going to be elements that we're going to really enjoy, and there'll be elements that'll be frustrating. But we're going to be with Tom and Helen, and I'm sure we'll laugh our way through it. So Ken Goes Cruising comes in. So make sure you're following Ken, and he's now in pantomime. Ken Goes Cruising comes in, you just said.
He is. He's coming to say hello from his phone because he's at the pantomime. So
no, he's not.
Oh, yes, he is. Janine said you need to write a book. Yeah, we do, actually. We've done got a lot. Tiger beer is good. Hello from a cold Cheshire, says Andrew. So, yes, we're glad we're out of the UK, and it's nice and warm over here. Keith and Jan, we're just back home in Spain after a brilliant 2 weeks. A small house in Koh Samui. Thank you so much for your recommendation. It has really suited us perfectly. Yes, if you are traveling to Koh Samui, check out our review of the small house, because it's in the perfect spot, and it's a great hotel, isn't it? Very Thai-inspired hotel. Great, glad you had a really good time. Kevin saying it's at noon. So yeah. Noon in Calgary. I'm just thinking times are ticking. Paulie wants to get off for the football, so I'm just going to whiz down and see.
Oh no, but I've got 10 minutes yet. I was just going to say this. Am I being stupid here? Because the fact that it's 7 o'clock in England, surely the time everywhere else in the world where people normally watch us will still be the same?
It will be, but we're not from England. We're 8 hours in front.
But I'm going to try this again. If we were at home now,
it would be 7 p.m.
It would be coming up to 7:45. And if Kevin Austin's in Canada, and Kevin Benes is in New York, and people are around the world are watching it, surely the fact that the time we're doing it which is the same as if we were doing it in the UK, won't affect the times where everybody else is watching it. It doesn't matter if we're on Mars. If it's 7 o'clock in England, surely when everybody else normally watches this,
the time doesn't change.
No, well, that's the point.
We change time
that's the point I'm trying to make. And you're saying like, oh, it's midday, like it wouldn't be midday.
Normally, I think of Kevin thinking he's 7 or 8 hours behind. But no, he's not. He's like 13, 15 hours behind.
But it's still the same time as if we were doing it in
Yes,
England.
It is.
Thank you very much.
Spencer's asking, are you in fact in an interrogation room? Behind you looks like the glass in one of those rooms. Let me see if I can hold up the computer. I can show you.
It's actually it's a two-way glass, and I know that they're in there listening
I don't
to
know
our
you'll be able
conversation.
to, because of the lights all in here. Let me just hold you up and see if I can show you the Marina Bay Sands. Can you see? There it is. Can you see the Marina Bay? It's that way. There it is. Marina Bay Sands is just there. So, oh yes, that's better. Look at that. So that's the view that we've got out of our window, which is amazing, isn't it? Marina Bay Sands, Gardens by the Bay. We can watch all the light shows. Anyway, back to sitting down before I fall over. So it's a great spot. And that's another thing about club rooms. You get prime spots within the hotel. So you get a good floor with obviously the views.
Yeah, right. I bet you the top cruise bloggers don't turn their lights off 3/4 of the way through a live, do they? And point out the window. Well, just us, just Paul and Carole does that for you.
Mark's here, so lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Very unexpected. I hope you have a great time in fabulous Singapore. We are so far. Jackie's here from Ontario. Visiting my kids today. Nice weather, better than Ontario, blowing snow. So Calgary's nicer than there. Right, let's have a look. Where have we got any questions coming up? Andy Guns, what is a club room? Hopefully we've explained all that to you. I've got a few things on here I was going to...
We didn't realise until... I'm going to go out on a limb now, and Carole will correct me if I'm wrong, because that's her job, and she's done a great job of it the last 30 years, correcting me when I'm wrong. But our first experience of a club room is when we actually stayed at Marina Bay Sands, which we just showed you out the window. Yeah, for my
50th.
And because it was so expensive, if you did the club room thing, you get all those extra perks. Like there's at Marina Bay Sands, I believe it's got 2,500 rooms. Now you imagine what breakfast is going to be like when you've got the occupants of 2,500 rooms all going to the same breakfast area, which it is for your normal customers. But when you got the club room, lounge, you get a smaller lounge, which is just reserved for club room guests. So the service is a lot more attentive. It's not like a bun fight in there. It's a very nice, agreeable experience. And obviously with the afternoon tea and the cocktail hour in the evening, which they do lovely traditional food. And obviously you get, if you want a few beers thrown in the long run, I truly believe that even though we paid £100 more for this room, or 94 or whatever it was,
we've got our money back.
I still think you've got your money back, because £94, and that's for both of us. So that's because obviously we only got one room, so that's 47 quid a piece. Well, if you have 2 cocktails in them 2 hours, you've got your £47 back. And that doesn't even take into account the food that you have, the afternoon tea, which we haven't made it to yet, and your breakfast. So it is sort of a no-brainer. But what I can report is a club room at the Marina Bay Sands. We looked into it, and that's now almost 3 times what we paid per night here.
Crazy money.
So it's nearly £900
and actually being somewhere looking at Marina Bay, Lisa, I was talking to Lisa about it, and it was looking at Marina Bay is far more pleasing than actually being in a marina looking out. But it is a fabulous hotel. If you get the option, particularly the pool at the top is fantastic. So
because it's got the biggest infinity pool
in the world. Spencer's there. I stayed at the Fullerton last year. It was about the same price. Yeah, you can see the Fullerton. It's just the other side of the bay there by the Merlion. Mark's asking, what do you think of celebrity announcement they're going to do at European river cruises from later in 2025? You know we love celebrity ocean cruises. I think, actually, Mark, the more people that do river cruises, the more there is to choose from, so it gives more variety. I think with river cruising, it's quite challenging because the itineraries are the same. You know, if you're doing the Danube, you can't mix it up like you can with ocean cruises. You can make more exciting itineraries. So I think it'll be interesting to see what they're going to offer and what price they're going to come in as, and where they're going to sort of sit. You've got TUI that are very basic, then you've got like your Avalons and stuff, then you've got your Vikings, and then you've obviously got your Crystals and your Uni World. So it'll be interesting to see where they actually sit in the sort of hierarchy of river cruising from a pricing point of view.
From a different price point, yes.
So I think it's great.
That's perfect. Sitting here, I know sometimes you say stuff and I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
Most you didn't even know that they were doing that.
Yes, I did. It's been all over social media and everything. And like you said, you can't mix up the itineraries much more because there's only so many places you can go to.
Exactly.
So it's all down to them, what they're going to offer, where they're going to sit in the market. Just what you said.
Exactly
it was perfectly put.
So let's have a look. Sherry's in for cocktails, breakfast, alcohol, afternoon tea, and afternoon canopies. That's a great deal.
It is.
Yes, it
we
is.
Haven't, like I said, we haven't made it to afternoon tea, and I got to be honest, it's our last day today, and I'm not sure whether we will today or not. But that's not a problem because, to be fair, we had breakfast yesterday, and then we went all the way through till the cocktail hour, which is 6 till 8. So we didn't have any lunch.
Only because we had an afternoon. We slept through the afternoon tea, didn't we? David said he thinks Paul's funny.
Well, David's a very good judge of character.
Warren saying thanks for being destination intensive. No problem. We love exploring somewhere new. Ken saying it's behind you. Catherine just saying thanks for the advice. Usually stay after, but never gone that way. Always been US from there and always day before. Right, let's have a look. So who else is here? Sherry saying, do we use eSIM? We don't. However, I have got it all on my phone, the AOLI, ready to press the button because our Sky plan doesn't cover any of these countries that we're going to. So this might be the first trip that I'm going to try it.
But Singapore is, I believe they say, is like a different gravy, as we would say in England, because everywhere you go, it's got really good Wi-Fi. Even on the hop-on, hop-off bus, it's got good Wi-Fi. When you're walking around the gardens of the bay, it's got good Wi-Fi. When we were walking from here to Clark's Quay, we just stopped because Carole's got her funny foot, and we had to stop for a little breather. And we just sat there, and you just go to Wi-Fi, and you can just pick Wi-Fi.
That was Japan was like that, wasn't it? Yeah. Wherever you were, there was just Wi-Fi. General Wi-Fi. But make sure you always use a VPN. We use Surfshark, and in the description in this video, we've got an affiliate link. But just if you're using any general Wi-Fi, whether you're in Wetherspoons or wherever you're in, if you're in Japan, make sure you're protected online, because you don't want all your details.
And what does it mean, Annie?
eSIM.
What does VPN mean?
Visible Panty Network. That's what Paulie calls it. I don't know. Virtual. I don't know.
So I said that one night.
Kevin will know.
Kevin will know, and he'll put it on here. But it'll always be Visible Panty Network to me.
It will. I agree. You need to plan for any event, stress-free travel all the way. Totally. I just do not want to be stressed. It's like when we've got our lovely nephew Al who takes us to the airport when he's free, and we got to Heathrow Airport 2 hours prior to we could actually drop our bags. But I was happy we just took our cases, we sat in Cafe Nero, had a cappuccino, and it meant that Al could get home when it wasn't dark.
Time.
Yeah, and because the weather in the UK has been so wet and windy and horrible, we wanted to make sure he was home safe. And it doesn't matter, does it? You're at the airport, just chill out. And we did a bit of work, actually, didn't we? Which was great. Laura saying, I believe the mandarins are things for Chinese New Year. Sure. Yeah, there's loads of decorations around Singapore, obviously celebrating that, which goes on for 2 weeks. JBM's Travels just saying, what's better, Holiday Inn, Ibis, or Leonardo, formerly Joy's in Southampton? I presume you're asking. Our first is always Holiday Inn because we just like the setup they've got there, and then I would say Leonardo and Ibis is at the bottom, and we stay in an Ibis if there was nowhere else.
Yeah,
but because it's a little bit bony, isn't it? It's very basic.
It's quite a way down the list, and the Holiday Inn, which is now going to be called Voco, VOCO.
Yeah.
In Southampton, they're currently having a massive refurb inside outside, and it'll be completed in time for our group cruise in May.
Yes.
So so if you're coming on our group cruise, if you are staying in a Holiday Inn, you're going to be very, very pleasantly surprised.
Yes, lovely. It's lovely. Nick saying the Carolisms are on fire tonight. Michael Pierce, cheers from Foothill Ranch, California. Sherry says, sorry about your foot. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain. Well, it's a lot of a pain. But there we are. Richard's saying, don't you mean a podiatrist? No, we see a chiropractor for our back, and she sort of went through. I'm waiting to see a physio, but when they'll get an appointment, who knows? Sherry was saying, that's right, yesterday was Chinese New Year. I was born in the year of the ram. I'm a horse. You're a we had our photos taken yesterday.
I'm not going to say anything, but really, Carole should have been born in my year.
And because what were you? I can't remember. Ram? No.
A dragon.
A dragon, yes. Wasn't Tony a rat? And what was Dan?
Dan was a goldfish.
It wasn't. I can't remember. So Dave Curtis is saying, hi guys, thinking of going on Virgin Voyage later in the year from Portsmouth. We aren't party people. What are your thoughts?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Because it'll be, I guess it's a short cruise.
If you're doing a short Virgin
cruise,
it'll be 24-hour party and you'll regret it. So, and the question there is, we aren't party people. That's like going into a butcher shop and then saying I'm a vegetarian.
Well, there are quieter areas you can find on Virgin, but if you don't like...
This is Carole trying to be all things to all people.
Well, I agree.
Virgin Voyages cruises out of Portsmouth, the short ones, it's party, full-on party. People jumping in the swimming pool, fully clothed, party, and then when you think all the partying's done, there's a bit more partying.
Yes, but my point is that you don't have to get involved in that. You can find places that are quieter. So it depends if you want to be on the periphery of that, which it sounds like you do.
If you, why would you go on a ship that's a party-orientated ship to avoid the partying?
True. Good point.
And on that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case.
McTimony. So David knows that's the type of chiropractor.
Oh, Tim Timoney.
Tim
Tarou.
Yes. JBM Travel's just asking, checking a hotel room for cleanliness, what do you look for?
Well, unless it's, I don't want to sound like we're being flippant, but unless it's something blatantly obvious.
We don't go around like some people go and white.
Yeah, we don't be going,
no.
I mean, this room here,
it's just, this hotel has been, it's really blown us away. I've never stayed in Pan Pacific before, but in the future, I will be looking at their hotels throughout the world. See, Kathy's saying, I'm not a party animal, but I really enjoyed Virgin.
Well, there you are. Food is exceptional, but I thought the food was like seriously overrated.
But it's won awards for its food, isn't it?
But I just thought it was overrated. You know, a plate full of peas with a snotty egg on top of it is not fine dining for me. But you know, that's personally myself. I'm a grumpy old Paul when it comes to Virgin and MSC. What's
your favourite port in the Mediterranean? Ooh. Rhodes Town. I love Rhodes Town.
Rhodes, or what's his face, that other one that's on the side of the mountain.
Santorini,
yeah. But not really a port though, is it? Because you don't dock there, you have to... But yeah, Rhodes Town. I love Rhodes Town.
Thoroughly enjoyed our first visit to Malta by cruise ship, didn't we?
Is Dubrovnik in the Med? Is that classed?
Oh, it's the Adriatic. Yeah. So yeah, so many good ports in the Mediterranean.
Kevin B. Look, Hamper, look.
Oh, hamper. Yeah. Oh, so the Americans call a wash basket a hamper. That's very weird.
I did say that.
Corinne's saying it's a laundry basket.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what we call it.
Donna and Scott here and saying wash basket. Ted G. Camper. Oh, see, we're being educated.
No, we're not being educated. I said that in the first place. I'm not being educated. I was already educated.
All right,
I was already educated. Already educated.
Laundry basket, hamper, clothes hamper or basket. Yes, lots of...
The floor, Gillian Morris, that's my favourite.
But lots of baskets, look. Lots of baskets. Kathy said, definitely look into your laundry package when you're cruising, because some can be expensive, but actually for Holland America, their cruises are crazy expensive. They're not the cruises, their excursions are expensive, but their laundry's not.
Anyway, this is officially your 10-second warning, because I will be leaving the chat.
We got a minute to go.
Yeah, I know, but then the football's on, and I got to find it first. I don't even know who's playing it.
Thank you so much for our super chat. Hi from Australia, favourite Mediterranean port. Hopefully we've answered that. Yes. So thank you so much. Let's just see if there's any... good question. Has the toilet got a bum gun?
It's got a side button that does the job of a bum gun, I'm very pleased to say.
Yes, we're very happy being back in Asia.
My bottom's been caressed for 2 whole days.
It has. Craig said, I think PNC should get Crastan's room during the live. He'd love that.
He's a floor above us, and I don't know. I did say that he was going to be a guest on our live, and he looked a bit disgruntled, so we decided not to.
Right, let's have a look, see if there's one more question that we can answer. Then let's have a look. Got so many questions here. Let's see. Lots about the QM2. We've hopefully answered all that. Gosh.
Well, it's because you take so long to scroll down with your cold ice block hands.
So cruising gay saying about East.
Anyway, it's been great.
Right. I'm not going to touch your leg. One more, Paulie, before you go.
It's too started, mate. Come on.
Anyway, yes. So we got a thumbs up and a bubble.
Stop digressing.
Anyway, thanks so much for joining us for our live.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure. I'm going back to sleep now. Paulie's going to watch the football. Oh my God. And we're going to be hopefully doing lives. Let me just finish off by just saying that we're hopefully going to be doing lives during our Holland America cruise. We're there for 15 nights and depends on streaming. So stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's right. I'm just trying to work out where to get that off the screen. It's all disappeared. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And we will be dropping a post there to tell you when we're next live. Possibly, who knows? I'm not going to promise anything because we don't know until we get on. So thanks so much for joining us. Paul's already in the position to watch the football. It's been fun as always, and we'll speak to you soon. Cheers for now.